Hi everyone, this is Iron Torch 20, and we're continuing the Mega Man series with Mega Man V, better known as Mega Man 5 for Game Boy. And here I have a special guest, so say hello to Blindmansworld.
Hey guys, this is Blindmansworld, just welcoming you to a Let's Play of Mega Man 5, just hanging out and gonna enjoy watching Iron Torch play this awesome game for the Game Boy. Looking forward to it. Let's go.
And as you can see with the colors, we are playing this on the Super Game Boy. And this is one little gimmick that Nintendo had that allowed you to play Game Boy games on your Super Nintendo. And this is one of the games I definitely played a lot of, as well as spending many hours on Pokemon.
Yup, I remember my hours. That's how I got addicted to Pokemon, was to getting this, and then I played Metroid 2 for the Game Boy as well. So what's the story in this Mega Man game? I see a big guy named, I think it's Terra, with the 80s hair, it looks like.
And so yeah, this is a little bit different canon than the NES ones. I guess the NES and Game Boy ones are kind of interlaced, but not exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
And Mega Man is now trying and failing to do anything against Terra.
He's powerless! Oh, ow. Ow. That looked like that really hurt.
And pretty painful laser to the face.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, you're powerless. Poor Mega Man. Oh, how defeating. And now they're destroying the buildings. Oh man. Although they're not really going down anywhere, they're just kind of exploding. That's cool.
Well, I mean, they actually have that exploding animation in plenty of the other 8-bit games like Mega Man 5 and then 9 and 10 for the later ones.
It's very true. Very true. I mean, these graphics right here look kind of cool. More anime-like.
I mean, this was 1994, so this actually was pretty advanced for Game Boy.
Yeah, well, it being a handheld game system, I mean, yeah, they're doing pretty well for themselves. Let's see.
And here you get a bit more backstory. Wondering like who the Star Droids are and why they showed up.
Why are they bothering us? Whoa.
It's a little demonstration of the Mega Arm. And the Mega Arm actually works a lot like the, or it looks a lot like the Hard Knuckle from Mega Man 3.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it does have its own uses, and it is a very powerful weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one thing that does make this game a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks kind of that's cool. He's shooting his hand at people. That's craziness.
And as you can see on the title screen, there's a start and password option. Just like most of the other games.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad that they introduced password systems for this game. It was way too hard trying to get through that in one sitting.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with those NES ones, especially with how much bigger they made the other ones after the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Super Beggar Buster, alright. Cool. Alright.
So this is just a little intro, and see, you're introduced to Tango, your new robotic helper, as well as demonstrating what the Mega Arm does.
Is that a cat?
And he
or a
just
dog?
leaves.
Wow. I think that might be a cat.
And see, this is this is the concept of the shop that was actually first introduced in Mega Man 4 for Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And what you do is you collect these P-chips, and that's going to be your currency, and you can buy some pretty cool items with it.
Get some permanent upgrades for your little robot suit.
And also, here's just our cast of characters, and the way the Game Boy games worked is that you start off with 4, and then later on you go into another set of 4.
I see. This guy's called
So
Mercury.
here we are at Mercury Stage, and this is a pretty basic stage. This is a good choice to start off first.
Got it.
But I mean, this game is set up so that the Mega Arm's powerful enough that you can take out any robot master with it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's to your advantage to have like different weapons or different power-ups going into other stages.
Right, right. Well, and if you can use the weaknesses sometimes, you might as well.
I would say so, and that's just what P-chips look like.
Which I'm assuming
see,
you'll be collecting a lot more of at some point.
There'll be plenty more.
Yeah.
And also, I should mention that this game loves spikes, so do not be surprised if you end up dying quite a few times from spikes.
Yep. Apparently the Star Droids love them as much as Dr. Wily does. And it looks like you did a little trick there.
And see, what I did was I just stayed inside that wall, and then when that robot vanished, it vanished for good, instead of trying to land on top of me.
Right.
And see, this part can be tough if you don't take your time, but if you do take your time, you should be okay.
Yeah, you don't want to get squished, that's for sure. This is the first time I've ever seen it where the floor is going up and down rather than the ceiling coming down on you.
I think it's a pretty nice difference compared to the ceiling coming down, because you do have to time it right in order to make sure you don't, or you make sure you get the ladder.
Right, right, exactly. Way to mix it up, Capcom, thank you. Or were these made by Capcom?
Oh yeah, the Game Boy ones are Capcom too.
Good.
And see, with these conveyor belts, it is pretty easy to get thrown off and end up running into a pit by accident if you're not careful. Because they do change directions on you.
Yeah, switch direction right when you're on the edge there, and off you go.
And I just gotta take my time here. And this is one of the many hazards you'll see trying to slide across spikes, or under spikes. And I fail miserably.
And yeah. Oops. It happens.
So, lesson learned.
Yeah, don't do that.
So let's see, we should be getting up to Mercury pretty soon. Just one more of these guys to deal with.
Yeah, pretty short stages for the most part, but not too bad. I mean, they're not, obscenely short, but they're not terribly long either, which is kind of nice. So what's the trick to Mr. Mercury here?
And with Mercury, basically what he does is he fires a shot, and let's see, that shot can take away some P-chips, and I've even had a weapon tank stolen from me before by it. And
oh, no.
Let's see, after you hit him, he breaks up into this big ball of mercury and either tries to bounce into you or roll into you, one of those two.
Which you're dodging quite well, I see. Let's just
I mean, this guy's pattern is pretty simple, so he is pretty easy to deal with first.
Yeah. It looks like it'd be pretty easy to memorize after a while, and there he is. He's dead! Nice! Powering up. Let's see the PowerUp item grab screen. Ooh.
I mean, this is a pretty nifty screen, and they have some nice animation to it.
Oh yeah. Looks like he's at the disco. Cool. And they demonstrate it for you, isn't that nice? Like that.
And a very useful weapon when you're running low on health.
Nice.
And that's just what our password screen looks like for this game. And if you do use a grid properly, it can work.
Take it out that old grid paper from back in the day. We'll take on more Robot Masters in the next episodes, I guess.